Oh, look at that. We've made it to Crater Lake. It's PCT day 114. So I thought I'd do a bit of a video. And what you're looking at there is a pretty smoky lake. Unfortunately, it's not too clear today. The lake itself is really amazing. It is not really a lake, naturally formed. Well, it is naturally formed, but it's formed by the collapse of a volcano. So if you can imagine those walls across there continuing up at an angle to make about a 12,000 foot mountain. And when that volcano blew and emptied itself of everything that was inside, the mountain basically collapsed straight down and formed this huge lake. And it is the deepest lake in the US, something I wasn't quite aware of. Over 1,900 feet deep, and some of the bluest water you could ever see. Even on a day like today, you can really see the color of the water come out. So I came up here and I'm going to do a trolley tour because I didn't want to do any walking and hiking today, just to give my legs a rest. It was a really hard couple of days getting here. I haven't really been recovering the way I feel like I used to, and my knee has been giving me a lot of trouble, if you can imagine. Uh, and it seems that more and more as we get north, a lot of people, hikers, are getting kind of caught up in this. I don't know. I've been calling it mileage mania. So it sounds like I'm being critical, but a lot of people have deadlines here, and so tracking your miles, making big miles, pushing 25, 30 miles is a big topic of conversation here because people have jobs waiting for them and family matters and school to get back to. So it's understandable, but it's really caused me a bit of a problem because I don't have as hard of a schedule, obviously, and being retired, I'm not, going back for a job, and it's caused the type of hike that I want to diverge from the hike that perhaps Sandstorm needs to hike, um, because he's got a job, he's got to be back on the 16th, and I feel like I'm missing out on some things. So, as an example, we got to a water source, which was actually a shelter, and it was pump water and um, a nice big picnic table and really nice tent sites. And I got to hang out and meet some new people and have a nice dinner with them and chat. It's kind of like the camp community experience you kind of want on something like this. So, um, so I didn't really feel like that was happening. And then later in the day, I had to go down to a little offshoot called Squaw Lake, and it was absolutely gorgeous. One of the nicest lakes I've seen. And again, really nice campsites. And it would have been so nice to stay. It would have been so nice just to even have a really nice lunch or something. And, that kind of wasn't in the cards either. Um, the second part was that I'd been trying to catch up to Sandstorm and Sandman yesterday because I stayed at the shelter because it was such a nice spot, and originally the plan had to go another 3 or 4 miles, and I didn't feel like that was worth it, and my leg was hurting me bad. So the next morning I got up very early, left earlier, tried to catch up, and I never did, and I wound up feeling a little disappointed that they hadn't really waited up for me or anything, or just slowed down, taking some extra breaks. That may be my perception of it, but Yeah. So I wound up catching them very late, almost 7:30 at night, and I was going to stop until I realized that there were no little cowboy campsites that I wanted to use. So, um, yeah, look at this little chipmunk stealing my shell. What's up with that? So I pushed on with them when I did catch them, and it was another 4 miles, and I wound up doing 36 miles the day before, and unfortunately, uh, had to put even more injury on. But trying to catch up with them, I basically rolled my left ankle, and now that feels like it's got tendonitis. So now it's left ankle, left knee, and it really hurt the rest of that day. And so that's the end of that for me. That was cute. Yeah, that's the end of the 30-mile days. That's the end of pushing 25. That's the end of skipping nice lunches or camps. That's not the PCT I want. And so unfortunately, I have to kind of make the decision coming up here as we go forward that I'm probably just going to head off and do the things I need to do and slow down. Um, uh, when I was in Ashland, I figured out that I only needed to do 22 miles a day, and that's with 10 days off, to uh, make the date of about September 21st or 22nd. So that's a really good, easy average. I don't even need to do it every day, and it's going to afford me a lot of time to see the sights more and slow down. And so, in the meantime, we took an extra day here at Crater Lake, and that's that's what time we're gonna spend now doing something. So. Oh gosh. 16,
We should, because our pictures from different are iconic.
Oh, this place just blew up. See if I can get over to the trolley now. So yeah, that's the update. I don't know why I'm going to be limping for a while. So lower mileages will help to offset that pain, and bigger brakes, things like that. So I kind of feel like it'll be a little more enjoyable. Uh, in other less than great news, another huge fire has broken out in Washington, and apparently there's a brand new closure. It closes something like 150 miles in the trail. At this point, you can only actually hike about half of Washington, if that. So, yeah, it just keeps getting to the point where you get to track less and less of this trail. And so we'll have to manage that. That'll be in a couple weeks coming up. For now, the goal is to enjoy the day, rest. We'll be headed to Shelter Cove tomorrow on a shuttle because of a trail closure, so we can't walk to Shelter Cove. That gives me a real problem because now I'm going to have 2 full food boxes. And then from Shelter Cove, the next big goal is to hit Trail Days. Trail Days is this big on-trail festival which occurs at Cascade Locks. That's up near the border of Oregon and Washington. So we're definitely going to that. It's like a big camping festival, and that's what the next big stop is. So, until then, I'll give another update as we get back on trail. But here's my trolley ready for the tour. So I'm off.